So we'll go ahead. Most people, so I'm starting off the points, the aspect we're discussing. Most people end up doing this mistake, especially when they are doing business for the first time, or probably when they are trying to be a businessman suddenly, and they miss it. One important point which should apply to actually all kind of businesses, including online sales, is that your accounting should be apt, on time, and correct. So what I'm trying to say is that it can't be okay, we started the business, it's just 10-15 days, I don't want to get into details, I know what is coming, what is going, what is my expenses. No, nothing of that sort. From day one, your accounting of what are your expenses, what is the sales, and other basic things, what are the costs you've incurred in the form of capital goods, that is fixed assets, like you might have bought some furniture, some stacking almiras and things like those. That should be very clearly visible to you on a day in day out basis, so that you know where it is moving, where you can curb, what is a way to probably move towards profitability, or before profitability, break even is a point wherein the money spent by you, at least in the operating expenses, daily expenses, you're making that much money from the business you're doing. And the faster you reach the break even, the faster you'll move ahead towards a situation wherein you would be profitable, and then you can move on increasing your profit. So, number one thing you should be very bothered about in any kind of sales, or for any kind of business, and specifically also in the case of online sales, is your accounting. So, keep a strong tab on that. And number two, you should have done a very clear diligence when it comes down to what is the kind of money you can invest into your business. You need to understand all businesses require money. Now, you'd see a lot of YouTube videos saying start a business in 5,000, start a business in 10,000, start a business in 20, 50, 1 lakh, or whatever. I'm not saying they're wrong or right, but before you venture into it, you need to know you should what is your wherewithal, what is your capacity. Now, so for example, you have, I'd suggest, so if you have, let's imagine, a lakh of rupees with you from all sources you collect, I'd rather say you should go slow with any business, because no business comes with a guarantee. So that it's like it's one of the lines I normally use, that if you have to follow the same steps as what Dhirubhai Ambani did, go to a petrol pump work or start selling clothes, you'll not become Dhirubhai Ambani. So there is no set rules or set steps which will ensure. So as I said, he also had a plan in his mind, or all these rich people would have had some certain plans. At the same time, when you have any plan, also look into the financial aspect. I have 50,000 rupees which I can push into and start and work towards it. Now, once you know that this is the amount you want to put in, number three, you should preempt the kind of expenses you're venturing into. Many people, and most people I'd suggest, would start their online sales from a house. Now, online sales from a house, people say it's free. मेरा घर है, मैं अपने कमरे में, I'll put my stuff in my room and things like those. No, it is not just about the space rent you're saving. There are two more things. One, your money which you're investing also entails into the loss you will incur on the money which you would have either invested somewhere else or put in a bank. So there's an opportunity cost. I don't want you to detail get into the opportunity cost part, but need to understand that when you look into the business, you need to know, okay, if I have 50,000 rupees and I want to run this business, rule number one, I can buy items worth 30,000 rupees, and this 30,000 rupees items should run for a month or for 15 days or a rotation. We need to understand that stuff. If you go into business, you will not get stuff on credit if you're a first time buyer, so you'll have to put in your money. So you need to preempt how much money you have and how much and how you're going to spend it. Now, why am I saying this stuff? Is that you have 50,000 rupees, you go and buy 50,000 rupees one single item, and you then come to know that things are not working out, then you shut it down. No, you need to relook what is the way you want to invest in it. You want a staggered way or one shot and things like those. So these are 3 points. That is, your accounting should be right. You should know what is the kind of money you have. Third, you should preempt what is the kind of expenses you will incur into, or what is the kind of money how you want to spend it. Follow it as much as possible. Naturally, 100% is not possible. Now, getting into purely what online sales will entail into. Point number one in online sales: what is the product you want to sell? So you want to be very specific about this stuff because all products have a different way of getting sold. But in online sales, remember one thing, that irrespective of the product or the price point, you are here to make profits. You're not here to make sales and do a lot of money on marketing because we have limited budgets on that stuff. And hence, so any product you pick up, you should have the wherewithal to stock it enough so that, let's imagine your product starts selling, and then you suddenly know you stock out and you go back to the market and you're not able to get that product again. So decide on the product, rule number one, and get onto the best, when you decide on the product, best trade wholesaler possible. So you'll naturally go to an wholesaler to buy the stuff. So keep as I, other than the first 3 points, the very first point with perspective online sales is the product. Decide the product or the product type or the product range. So we continue to the next session.